Alright, first of all, this is a troubleshooting video. I've done some extensive research on this product that I'm about ready to troubleshoot for you. I got it. It wouldn't fire. No matter what I did, it wasn't working. Now, everything lit up. All the functions worked appropriately. But for whatever reason, it just wasn't working. So, I'm going to give you some tips as to what you should and should not do. And it should work. Never take apart something that you've purchased solely because if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to fuck your shit up. 1. 2, if you take it apart and you actually do fix it, it doesn't matter. You void your warranty. You can try and pull the whole game of, oh, it's not working, blah, blah, blah. You send it back. They're going to know you've tampered with it. So just avoid that bullshit and heartache. If you get problems and you can't fix them because they're not a simple enough fix, a lot of your shops will just say, hey, I don't want to crack it open just because I don't want to void your warranty. That's good business. That's just them telling you, look, man, I would love to help you, but I don't feel comfortable knowing that I could possibly void your warranty and you not get something if you're not satisfied with it. So just breathe easy when it comes time to that kind of stuff. But simple fixes, troubleshooting. I've got here the Zero SX 3200, or also known as the Zero V2. It is a 50 watt box mod. It's nice. I had put a battery in, put an atomizer on. I got the nice little Anubis here. I've got several different mods, but this is my first box. Basically what they've done is they've taken the bigger box mods and shrunk them down. Made them into a midget. For you politically correct, the little box. So you charge it here. And oh God, I've got something for you there on that one if you don't know. But anyway, this guy would light up, went through all of his functions, which I'll show you here in a second. But it was not allowing any of my atomizers or my tanks to operate on them. They would either say no atomizer or they would say low resistance. Well, they come with this bullshit. They give you this bullshit packet with it, right? Not even a packet. It's basically your user manual. What the? You go through this. It's got all this bullshit. I mean, it's good to know this stuff, but it even gives you a little list of everything that's on there, and and tells you what it does, and then it gives you a little schematic. It don't tell you much of anything other than that. So what the hell's the point in putting that in there? It's not giving you no troubleshooting, really. So me being a Virgo and it not working, I was about ready to send it back to where I got it from and just swap out. But then I was like, you know what, I just can't do that. So I just went ahead and so let me think about this. You've got brass and copper. Then you have stainless steel. Stainless steel cap was up on top where the brass cap is. Brass cap was at the bottom. Alright. Brass and copper being two very excellent metals, very good conductors of electricity. The two of them together, I don't know what happened here, but I guess they wanted to be enemies at this point in time. So I took this, where your battery goes. Here, let's probably just do it this way. When you're adjusting this little pin down here, be careful not to lose that, because there are no replacement parts for these. If you lose either of these screws because you say, you know what, fuck him, fuck anybody else, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna go ahead and tear it apart and see what I can find out and see if I can fix it. More power to you. You lose those screws, you're screwed, because you're not gonna get replacement screws. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this. There you go. I got a cheap battery in here. I mean, it works, but I just got a cheap battery in there. So it is a 3.7 volt 18650 battery, 2100. You know, it's good. It keeps it going. It's enough to fire it until my Samsungs are fully charged. There's your connection on the inside. I don't know, you can't see. I don't know if you can see that in there, but anyway, that's where that is. Here's the problem. This brass piece had that little copper pin right there that comes out of there. Had that in there, it wasn't allowing it to work on the battery end. So I'm like, you know, why would you have that like that? So I took copper, put it with stainless steel end, put my battery back in there, put it all back that way. Now, like I said, I put my Aspire Atlantis tank on this. It wouldn't fire. I put my Aspire Nautilus tank on here. That wouldn't fire. I put my Helios on there, and it said low resistance. So it's like, oh, well, low resistance, then I'm getting somewhere. Make sure that when you like that, you just take that little pin and adjust it so that way it's when you do that, after you've done that and you tighten this up just enough, make it snug. See, it says welcome. Tells you it's the SX300. There you go. Alright. Now, I've done that, right? Got that, switched them around. It's the simplest solution. The battery that I had in there, it was good enough to get all the functions going, but it wasn't good enough to fire the battery. Plus my coils is key there too. It was a mixture of that and my coils. I was running a 8-wrap sleeper coil, for one side, for the other side. It was fine, and it worked good on everything else on my mods, such as like my direct current mods. You know, because you got these are your regulated, and then my unregulated. That's straight shot off the battery. All right, they worked fine there, but this here is saying no, it's not working fine. I'm not going to work with that. Do something different. So I wound up going in. Let me go ahead and put this on because it's kind of hard to take this top cap off. Alright. I actually got dual coil in there. 8-wrap. When you're doing it, when I did the sleeper coil, 4 here to make 8, it cut everything in half. So in all reality, instead of it being 8, it was 4. Here I've got 8, so it's 16, but cut that in half, it's 8. Either way, you know, you got your dual coil 8-wrap. I'm using 22 gauge, I'm sorry, I can't even talk for shit. 22 gauge Kanthal. I want to try a different wire though. This is my first box mod, of course, so I was thinking about getting the God box. I got this from J-Rags Vapors. You can only find her if you're in her area in Massachusetts, or you can find her on Facebook, J-Rags Vapors. Go find her, like her page. She does raffles, all kinds of stuff. She's got excellent in-house juices. I mean, excellent. She is an awesome gal, very knowledgeable in everything she's got. If she doesn't know something, she does the logical thing, research. I've gotten a few pieces off of her now, and I've gotten. She's a good gal. Go and stop in if you're ever out in Massachusetts area. Stop in and see her. If not, look her up on Facebook. Check her out. She's got a lot of good stuff. She's always getting new shipments in, and I'm proud of her. She's an awesome girl. Anyway, she was going to make it right here on this one because this one wasn't working. But then I told her as soon as I got it fixed, I was like, look, nope, I can't let you do it right now. I've got it fixed. So she contacted her manufacturers and said, hey, this isn't like somebody just coming in off the streets just to buy something. This is somebody who's a customer, a loyal customer, a faithful customer, and he buys stuff. I can't allow him to keep possession of a product that's not working. So I had to make it right with Ange and let Angie know, hey, look, I got it working. So here's what we did. All right, as you can see, I'll turn this on. Simple fix. I've been vaping on it since I fixed it. All right. And 8 wraps actually burn slower, because if you're heating up from center to the outside, that's great. Your coils are doing good. Both these heat from the center out. And I'm pushing 0.2 ohms. Yeah, this thing will adjust to whatever you're putting on it, if it's able to, as long as it's 0.2 or above. Here, I'll just give you a couple of. Give you a couple of vapes there. It's pretty decent. All right, so let me show you a couple of these things. I mean, everybody they do show you. So me doing this is pointless, but I'll do it anyways. All right, see here. You hit this. This is your fire pin, fire button, whatever. Almost looks like a detonator. Don't do it. I'll get. No, I'm going to leave that guy inside. You hit it 5 times. All right. Well, that's 3. You go through exit. There's system. All right. It's 50 watts, right? If you tilt it one way, it stays at 50. Flip it the other way, and you're powering down. This goes between 0.7 watts to 50 watts. Now I'm not gonna keep that going through there because it takes forever. I mean, it ticks down, but whatever. Let's turn it back up. Well, actually, you know what? Let's go back down to 30 real quick. All right, we're at 30. You hit that button again. Tells you to exit. Go one way or the other. Takes you right back out to your display. Yeah, you got that. All right. Not bad on 30, I guess. Not bad at all on 30, but I'm going to turn it back up. I'm going to turn it back up to 50. Between 30 and 50 is fine. 40, whatever. 30 is good for that, like, mellow. But I like vaping, and I like massive clouds. I mean, you may not push massive clouds off this. You're not going to win no cloud competitions with it, but you're gonna enjoy it. So see, there you go. We're back up on 50 watts. I'm gonna hit that button again. And you go. Oh, we'll go to system. You turn it right or left. It says bye bye. It's going to sleep on you. You put that in your pocket. You bump the button, whatever. It's not gonna fire because it's off. See, bing. You know, hit it. You know, it's not. You're good. Now you hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. Turns it on and off. Or you could tilt it to the side. It's on. It's back on. You do it 1, 2, 3. You're locked. Now you're unlocked. There. You do exit. Tilt that back. You're back at vape ready. Now, alright, something's not right here. So, this one is all atomizer problem. So, sometimes these screws will back out on their own and you'll just have to tighten them back down. Yep, that's what it was. Alright, connection's back. We're good. We're back on. Safety feature. It got a little too hot. It shut itself off and said, "Oh, welcome." Back on. Yep. Battery's dead. Battery's dead. It's telling me, yeah, it's time to put me back on charge. So, anyway, I'm going to end this, let this charge up, do what it's got to do, but it charges here. This is the issue I was having. And I was like, you know what, something's not right here. Yeah, it's the battery's dead. It's telling me, welcome. Anyway, there you go. That charge, put that there. It comes with this fashionable little charging cord. Normal cord, just like you'd put on your cell phones, charge up your cell phone. But here's the problem I'm having. Who the fuck makes a plug for that? See that? Nobody makes a plug for that. Where the hell do you plug that motherfucker in at? It does. There's a plug. That's to charge up my Aspire CF sub-ohm battery. That's another one that I got from Ange. So this is 3 pieces I've got from Ange, and you know, they've all been real good. This one didn't want to work at first until I switched the brass and stainless steel plates with copper pin, flipped it around, whatever. Made a 8-wrap coil dual. It's working. It's working just fine. But I'm not going to be able to charge it with this motherfucker, so that's garbage. Damn. Oh, that's it. So, I mean, enjoy your... I'm hoping that this was helpful for you. If not, then send it back to wherever you got it from. Let them deal with it. Don't try taking apart any mod or rig or whatever you want to call it. Don't try taking them apart. Send them back. Let the people, unless you know what you're doing and you don't care about your warranty. But for you people who do care about warranties, you're like, hey, I mean, I want them to replace it. Well, if you start fucking with it and you fuck it up more than what it was when you first got it, your warranty's getting voided and they're not replacing your shit. You're going to have to give them some kind of sob story for them to really believe that, hey, you know, this is what happened. You know, China, we are their quality control. It leaves their lines, their little people box it up and ship it off, whatever, and by the time it gets here to the States, gets to this country, it may not be the greatest when it leaves there. By the time it gets to you, you're like, well, this is just a worthless piece of shit. It's a waste of money. It's not necessarily that. It could be the slightest little infraction. And all you have to do is put your mind to it. Simple fix, battery, or maybe these 2 metals aren't conducting properly. So just go through that and do those little steps and you should be all right.